There is a mountain on the eastern edge of Sicily that breathes, not quietly, not gently, but with a slow, ancient pulse that has echoed through centuries, through civilizations that rose and fell in its shadow. The people who live beneath it have given it many names: protector, destroyer, the mountain of fire. But one truth has never changed. Mount Etna never truly sleeps. At first glance, Etna appears calm. Its broad slopes stretch toward the sky, dusted with ash and time. Vineyards flourish along its lower flanks, villages cling to its edges, and life continues as if the giant were nothing more than a silent guardian. But beneath that calm surface, something stirs. Deep below the earth, molten rock churns endlessly, an ocean of fire trapped beneath layers of stone. This is where Etna's anger is born. Unlike many volcanoes that erupt in violent, unpredictable bursts, Etna is restless in a different way. It is always active, always shifting, always breathing. Scientists call it one of the most active volcanoes on Earth. But to those who live nearby, it feels more alive than that. It feels aware. Its rumblings are subtle, at first a distant vibration beneath your feet, like thunder rolling underground. Then comes the heat, rising through cracks in the earth. Smoke curls into the sky from its summit, sometimes thin and ghostly, sometimes thick and dark like a warning. And then, without ceremony, Etna reminds the world who it is. A glow appears at the peak, faint at first, then brighter, like a heartbeat quickening. The ground trembles, the air thickens with the scent of sulfur, and suddenly, the mountain opens. Lava bursts forth, not in a single explosion, but in a relentless surge, rivers of fire spilling down its slopes. They move slowly, almost deceptively so, but nothing can stop them. Trees ignite, rocks melt, paths vanish beneath glowing currents of molten earth. It is both terrifying and mesmerizing. At night, the spectacle becomes something otherworldly. The sky above Etna glows crimson, as if the horizon itself is burning. Ash rises in towering columns, carried by the wind across towns and fields, coating everything in fine gray dust. Lightning flickers within the ash cloud, silent, ghostly flashes trapped in a storm of fire. This is not just an eruption, this is Etna breathing. But why does it never stop? The answer lies far beneath the island, where the African tectonic plate slowly presses against the Eurasian plate. This immense, invisible collision creates fractures in the Earth's crust, pathways that allow magma to rise toward the surface. Etna sits directly above one of these restless zones, fed constantly by the planet's internal heat. That it is not a single chamber of magma that fuels Etna, but a complex system, a network of conduits and reservoirs that stretch deep into the earth. Even when one vent quiets, another awakens. Even when the surface seems calm, pressure continues to build below. Etna does not sleep because it cannot. It is part of a system far larger than itself, a system driven by forces that have shaped the Earth for millions of years. To stop Etna would be to silence the movement of countenance, to still the beating heart of the planet itself. And so, it continues, Through the centuries, Etna has erupted countless times. Some eruptions were gentle. Their lava flows slow and predictable. Others were catastrophic, swallowing villages and reshaping the land. In 1669, one of its most destructive eruptions sent rivers of lava toward the city of Catania, burying homes and altering the coastline itself. Yet even in destruction, Etna creates. Its lava cools into fertile soil, rich with minerals that nourish vineyards and orchards. Grapes grown on Etna's slopes produce some of Sicily's finest wines. Crops flourish where fire once flowed. Life returns, stronger and more resilient. It is a cycle as old as the mountain itself. Destruction and renewal, fury and creation. The people of Sicily have learned not to fight Etna, but to live with it. They watch it, study it, respect it. Modern technology tracks its movements, seismic sensors, satellite imaging, thermal cameras, all working to understand its moods. Yet even with all this knowledge, Etna remains unpredictable. Because Etna is not just a geological phenomenon, it is a force of nature that refuses to be tamed. There are moments, however, when Etna seems almost peaceful. When the sky is clear and the summit rests in silence, it is easy to believe the giant has finally fallen asleep. Tourists climb its slopes, standing at the edge of craters that once roared with fire. They look down into the dark, hardened rock and see only stillness. But the silence is never complete. A faint wisp of smoke, a subtle tremor, a whisper of heat rising from the ground. These are the signs. Etna is only resting its voice, not its spirit. And then, one day, without warning, the cycle begins again. A tremor becomes a quake. Smoke becomes ash. Heat becomes fire. The mountain awakens not from sleep, but from a brief pause in its endless rhythm. The giant rises, not in anger alone, but in inevitability, because this is what Etna does.